Pitmaster's Perspective is back. It's 2025. 1 year ago, pretty much to the month, we were sitting here in this arena, and now we're back. But we're back, and we're bold, and we're beautiful, and we have a lot more to offer this world, right? We have a lot more knowledge. A whole year has passed.
It's been
we're
a year.
Smarter, we're beautiful. Life is good. What do we
And
got?
it has been a year, but we were here in 2024. This is World Food Championships 2025. We're back in Indianapolis. And this year, we get to be with the Queen here, who has been hosting this event. So Erica's with us. And so we'll let you do your first introduction. Then we're going to dive into your crazy, fun
crazy train wreck of a life. Hey, y'all. I'm Erica Blair, Pitmaster extraordinaire, your backyard barbecue hero. You've probably seen me on Food Network, or if you're in the competition circuit. And now you can catch me up on Instagram doing crazy stuff out on my farm. And yeah, that's basically what's going on with me right now.
There's some crazy stuff, too.
It is so fun.
You get hooked in there.
The animals, and again, so we connected because I grew up with horses. She has horses. Her horses are free range, so they come right up in the house. Like, they're right up in the house every morning. So I love watching your stories because I don't have them anymore. So it's definitely there. They're like, there's your camera.
Hey, girl.
Just so you know.
And I'm all like, oh, hey. Hey, guys.
So we had our first day of hosting together. We haven't gotten to work with you yet, but you're now moving into this space. But it's been a crazy ride, like what you've done in your careers. Not just career. So you haven't always been in food.
No, not at all. I started out in law. I was a lawyer, still am a lawyer. But my mom and dad, they were like, you can be anything you want to be in this world, as long as it's a doctor or a lawyer. So they were like, pick. And I was like, well, I'm bad at math, so I don't want to like OD people. So I can't be a doctor because I can't do prescriptions and like all that stuff. My attention span is very low. So like if I had to do a 12-hour surgery, you're in trouble with me. So I did the right thing and I became a lawyer. And, you know, I didn't like law school or anything like that. I felt like people were very pretentious and, you know, people are just, I don't know, I think that's when the term like posers and fakers and all that stuff. So I just didn't vibe with anybody because I was always a train wreck. Okay. And, you know, everybody is trying to be, you know, higher and overachieving. And I was.
There's probably a little pretension in there. Huh?
Yeah, definitely. I have a whole category to myself.
Sure.
So I decided that I would go into criminal law. And go into trial. And I went down to Miami, Florida. I became a criminal defense attorney, and I loved every minute of it. Loved being in the courtroom. And then, so my final trial, which I didn't know was going to be my final trial, but I had this kid, and we were in ROC court, which is repeat offender court. Okay. So if you're convicted of anything, you're going away for like 20 years. Oh, wow. Like the stakes were that high. And to my horror, he was innocent. So I'm like panicking for this young kid who's only a few years younger than me at the time, and he's innocent, but he will not give up the people that actually did the crime because he's in a gang. Right. So he's like, no, he's like, I'll take the. Holding his money. Yeah, he's like, I'll take the 35 years. It's fine. And I'm just like, no, that's not happening. But we also had like no budget because I was at the public defender's office. So I was literally out there doing my own investigations, like. Going up, knocking on doors, taking pictures of crime scenes, trying to like help this dude out. Yeah, and so we finally got down to it, and I mean, I pled that case like it was my own life, like that was my own son. I pled the hell out of that case. The feelings involved. Yeah. Oh, I was like that was my son, and he was up there, and his life was on the line, and I was gonna go balls to the wall. And so when the jury came back, the paper. If it was not guilty, they would read from the top of the paper. If it was a guilty, they would read from the lower half of the paper. So when the foreman stood up, I just locked eyes on him. Where he was looking. And I'm like, what part of the paper is this man looking at? Because that's going to determine the fate of my kid. And I saw him look at the top of the paper, and I just started crying. Because I knew that my kid was going home with me that day. And it was just like, it was like the best experience ever to actually like see justice work. And know that like maybe everything I had done up to that point was to intersect with this kid and change his life. And so, I mean, I knew that, but then I also knew like I was only going to go downhill from there, so I need to leave on a high note. So you left and went, I'm going to go barbecue.
A barbecue world champion.
So I was like, what's your next act? You know?
Oh my gosh.
Like, what are you going to do now? Because you can't go back.
You turned around and walked out.
Literally walked out. Yeah. I'm sure I was probably there for like another month or two, but I left. I can't remember doing anything else after that case. So I was out.
Would you ever get back into it?
No. I mean, I've always done stuff just like for family and stuff like that. And then I opened up my own law firm at that point, and I did insurance law for a really long time, like sinkholes, and it was so boring. Like,
Oh yeah.
I was just
I
like,
can't see you doing
yeah.
that.
I was like, oh, I want to go back into court. I
No.
want to be back in trial.
So you have a
Yeah.
passion for action. You need
High
need
stakes.
movement. You need high stakes. Yeah, you like to gamble.
Yeah, and
In a
plus,
sense.
like, I'm a procrastinator, so I need to know there's a
You have to
consequence.
have-
Yeah. Let me know there's a consequence, and then I will be your best employee.
And then you probably perform under pressure even better.
So
Yeah,
good.
right?
So good.
Uh,
So yeah, that was
the
it.
deadline.
Yeah, the deadline. I
deadline.
love the deadline.
Yeah,
So
right.
that was it for me. Like I did that, and I just kind of traipsed
So
along.
how did you get into the cooking?
Yeah.
So now
Oh,
you're
so
on
yeah.
Food Network from that to this.
Yeah,
How'd
I
that
mean,
Yeah, so next train wreck in my life. So so I was married at the time, right? You see where this is going. And so my husband at the time, he said that he wanted to move to Tampa. We were living in Miami, and he had found his dream job. But I was like, my whole life was in Miami. So if I moved, I was basically going to have to start over. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it for you because, you know, I'm going to be your rock because, you know, well, you weren't my rock, but you were there. So I was like, I'm going to do it for you. So we get to Tampa. I have nothing now. I have no job. I have no friends. I have no work. I have nothing. And I'm like, I had this owl sweatshirt that I got from like Forever 21. It was so bad. Like
what?
an owl sweatshirt. It had like an owl.
Yeah.
It was like a gray sweatshirt, and it just had like this like embroidered owl on it.
Just like the owl
Yeah.
comes out at night.
But the owl was out all day. The owl was out all day and night. Like
Okay.
I wore that owl sweatshirt all day and all night. And so by like the second week, like I was like, you're depressed. This is tragic. The owl was like sitting there, and he was like, girl, please wash me, please. And I was just like, oh my gosh. But I was like, why would I? have nowhere to go. Nobody's checking
You
for
weren't
me.
doing anything.
I can just sit here on this porch.
I can't imagine seeing
and
you
drink
not
wine.
doing anything.
Exactly. I'm like a Doberman. You have to give me a task.
Trading.
Yeah. So I'm like on the porch, and day goes to night, and nothing's happening. And I'm like depressed and like drinking like $5 wine and stuff from Walmart because I didn't have a job. So, you know, I couldn't. Yeah, you know, it was like something called like, I think it was called something tree, and it came in like a $3.75.
Not the barefoot though.
Not even, I couldn't afford that.
Couldn't even
I
afford
couldn't even afford barefoot. It was
Yeah.
like Walmart's brand of wine.
Oh my gosh.
It was one step above a box, like it was still in glass.
Boone's Farm.
It wasn't even. That was expensive,
That
man.
was
Have y'all
expensive
checked
for
out
Walmart.
Boone's Farm prices?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was literally this big. So, and it was like maybe Sauvignon Blanc, maybe Pinot Noir.
Oh
Like,
my gosh.
so I'm sitting there drinking that, and I'm just like hating my life, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, oh my God, are my best days behind me? Like, have I peaked at the age of 30? Like, is this it for me? Like, that was my big hurrah, and now I'm done? And this is my life? I was like, just to rot here in Tampa? So I remember my husband came home from his dream job, and I was just like crying on the porch. I was probably like smoking a cigarette or something. I don't even smoke, but I probably was smoking a cigarette. Yeah, that night with my Walmart wine, I was probably smoking a cigarette.
Oh my gosh.
And so I told him, I was like, hey, you know, I'm really depressed. Like, I just feel like I've lost everything. There's a black cloud over me. I don't know what to do with myself. And I was kind of like looking for sympathy, but like just looking for like my husband to have my back. And so he just looked me up and down in my owl sweatshirt. And yeah, right? He was like, whoo. He's like, whoo, girl. Whoo, girl.
Get
whoo, girl. Get yourself together. And comb your hair. But no, he just like looked at me and he was like, you're in charge of your own happiness, and walked out.
Okay.
But you know what? Like, yeah, I wanted to kill him at that moment, but I also realized that that was a message from God that I needed to hear. You are in charge of your own happiness.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know what, mofo? I am in charge of my own happiness. So I got online and I just started like looking up stuff, and there was an ad that came across my computer for sommelier school out in California. You can pick New York or California. And so I was like, I'm going to go to California, and I'm going to become a sommelier. And I couldn't even
That is a
pronounce
very
it.
random
So
trajectory.
literally-
People on the nose when you left.
Not even. But I was clearly going through a nervous breakdown because I bleached my hair Beyonce blonde. So because I had no friends.
down.
I had no friends to tell me not
What'd you do
to.
with the owl shirt?
No, I kept it for a while, and then somehow it disappeared. I think my mom got
Oh my
rid of
gosh.
it. Like, she thought it was like bad juju or something. I think she got rid of it
Oh my
finally because
gosh.
I was keeping it forever. But yeah, so I dyed my hair Beyonce blonde. I enrolled into culinary
Go to
school,
be a
to
som.
sommelier school in California from an ad on the computer. Like,
Oh my
Just go
gosh.
for it.
yeah, I just straight up went.
What year was this?
This was like 2015,
Okay,
2016.
so it wasn't the AOL.
No, but I
it's
so had
past
AOL.
that.
I think I applied under my AOL account.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
RobyWatt@AOL.com. I think it's still active. But no. So yeah, give me an email so I can see if this really works. But no, so then all of a sudden, like, I told my husband, I was like, hey, I think I found my next act. I'm going to go become a sommelier because they look like lawyers and they serve wine. I was like, so I have all the clothes. I was like, we could do this.
Okay.
And they make money serving wine to people. This is great. And I'm going to go out to California for 12 weeks and then I'll be back.
Oh
and
my
he was
gosh.
basically like, you don't need to come back. And I was like, oh, clutch my pearls.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I was like, you know what? Okay. I was like, I think this is the time for me to go.
Wow.
So I got on a
That's
plane.
direct.
I went to California. Yeah,
Wow.
I rented an apartment. I was out in California and I started wine school and I was the oldest, like, I think I was one of the oldest students in that culinary class.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but everybody else is like 21 maybe. And like, so they're like, oh, who are you? And I'm like, my name's Erica. I'm 30 years old. I'm from Miami, Florida. And everybody looked at me like I was a grandma. And I was like, oh no, like I shouldn't be here, but whatever.
Oh my gosh.
And all of a sudden, like, we did a tour of the kitchen. Like, we met the kitchen, the culinary kids, and I was in love. I was like, what is this? What is this culture? Who are these people? I love them. They act just like me. I need to be in here. And I remember, like, the 12 weeks went by so fast, and I didn't want it to end. But we had to take the sommelier exams, and those are really tough.
Yeah.
So through the program, I was able to take the first 2 exams. Back then, I think there might be like 5 exams now, or 3
Is that the
exams.
Court of Masters?
Yeah, the
So-
Court of Master
So level
Somm.
2 would be a certified sommelier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got all the way up to certified, but I got nervous because I didn't want to take the test in front of my classmates and in front of my teachers in case like I crashed out. So I wanted to do that and have some dignity. So in the middle of class, before class ended, I got my butt on a plane. I flew to Arkansas and I took the sommelier exams ahead of everybody else. And like,
So wait a minute, you left the comforts of a classroom and you went to an actual Court of Masters.
yes, to
Testing.
the exam.
So you had to do
Right to
the
the
blind
exam.
taste, you
Right,
had to do
the blind
service.
tasting, the service,
Oh
the
my
multiple
gosh.
choice, the
Yeah.
essay, like I did it all. And I'm like sitting there and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like, I reverted to like my animal instincts. Like I don't even really remember what happened.
Well, I'm Court of Masters
Yes,
too, so there you
yes.
go. Boom.
And so then when we get into the room, they all hand us like a glass of champagne. So I'm thinking, oh, everything's great. Everybody got a glass of champagne. And then the master somms came out and they said, oh, you know, as expected, only 5 of you passed.
That's the harsh reality.
Heart drop.
Oh,
And you stress the fuck out.
yeah, my soul left my body. And I'm just like, I have to pass because I've banked my whole life on this. I'm like divorced my husband. Like I've done all this crap. Like I have
Wow.
to pass this exam. If I didn't pass, like my life is over. So I hurried up and I Googled becoming a showgirl in Vegas, but you have to be 5'7". So I'm out. Like I can't even become a showgirl in Vegas if this doesn't work out for
What
me.
about like Reno?
Like,
Yeah,
I mean, maybe
maybe,
off,
yeah.
like off
Atlantic
the
City.
Yeah, maybe not even. I think you have to be tall for Atlantic City too. I literally did a real Google search and I realized I wasn't qualified to be a showgirl. So like, I'm screwed if I don't pass. And so they start calling the names, and first, second, third name are not mine. And I'm just like sweating bullets. And all of a sudden the 4th name was mine. And I just like, I did like the Tebow on the ground. And I was like, thank you, God. And then I hurried up and I took a picture and I sent it to all my classmates
Oh, wow.
to show them, because they were in class, to show them that
You left early and you
I
passed.
left early and I
So
passed.
how many of the classmates made it on their test?
All of them. So I guess if you went to that school,
Yeah,
everybody
of course.
passed.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that. So I did it the
Wow.
hard way because I was
Yeah,
trying to be
that's
sneaky.
what I was saying. You left the
I was
comforts
trying
of
to be
that to go do it
sneaky.
the hard way.
Yeah, because I didn't want to get embarrassed
Oh
and
my
humiliated. The old lady didn't pass.
All right, so
yeah.
you're in wine, and then how did it go?
Yeah. So then,
plot
so now I'm in Napa. The plot. No, this is my next train wreck. So
Oh
now
my
I'm in
God.
Napa. I'm getting a divorce. My ex-husband had come out to California, to San Francisco, because all of a sudden he's like, oh, I want to be in California too.
Oh my gosh.
And
To find
then
you, or
no, he
oh.
just wanted to be in California, and he
course
needed
he
a place
did.
to stay.
Okay.
I thought it was for me. It was not.
Okay.
And so we're sharing this apartment, and then he's just basically like, I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna be with you. Like, we're not gonna do this. We had separate beds, like we were roommates and everything like that. And I was like, I can't do this with you anymore. Like, I'm gonna do something else. And so he was just like, well, okay. He's like, but I'm gonna keep the apartment. So I'm just like, oh shit, I didn't think
Where
that
do I
through.
go?
Where do I go? So I'm like, I go on my credit card and I had like a bunch of travel points on my Amex. So I'm living at the DoubleTree Napa. Like,
Oh, that's all. No big deal.
Eating cookies,
Yeah,
eating the
yeah.
little warm cookies
Oh,
at
yeah,
night.
chocolate chips, everything.
Yeah, like I started making demands because I was there so long. I was like, hey, y'all serve these again. Like, there's a rotation.
Yeah.
Like, why would you
I got a
serve?
mailbox here.
Yeah,
now.
because they were always serving like the oatmeal raisins. And I was like, you know, I don't like those, and I'm your
Yeah.
longest resident. How dare you? Like,
Literally.
you're
You got
just,
tenure here.
yeah, like tell me you
Oh
want
my
me out
gosh.
without telling me you want me out. Like, keep
Yeah.
serving oatmeal raisin cookies. So then finally, like, I'm living in this hotel room and I'm applying for other jobs. And then the Marriott in San Diego calls. They're looking for an assistant wine director. And they're like, when can you come down? And I'm like, right now.
Oh my gosh.
I can come down right
Did you
now.
move to the Marriott?
Yeah, so I moved to the Marriott.
From the DoubleTree to the Marriott.
DoubleTree to the Marriott, a marquee
Moving
property,
up.
baby.
Moving up.
Yeah.
Almost an autograph collection.
Almost, like,
All right,
almost,
so
but
in all
not
that great
there.
story,
Yeah.
let's wrap it into the most important.
Let's go into the barbecue. We have about 5 minutes. So let's do the barbecue because this is like so much to compact.
Right. So then fast forward, I get down to San Diego. I magically get married and pregnant to a Navy guy. Oops. Yeah. Who, like, I had to tell him my real name. I literally did. Fell down and got pregnant. Like, wasn't even using my real name with this guy.
Oh
So
my
I had to
gosh.
I had to become like a
That's
good,
It's
honest
better.
woman.
This is getting better.
I was going by my middle name because it's Blaire, so I was like trying to be classy. So I was like, oh, I'm Blaire, the wine girl. Yeah. So then all of a sudden I'm like, no, actually I'm Erica from Ohio. Yeah. I was like, I'm Erica from Ohio. I'm so sorry, and I'm
Yeah.
pregnant. And he was like, oh, I love this. He's like, I wanted to marry you anyway. I was like, oh, thank God.
Are you?
So we're still married.
That's amazing. You guys are tight now.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Oh my
That's-
gosh.
that's
We're
cool.
still, I think we're going like
Does
7,
he
8
call you
years.
Blair sometimes?
He does. He's like, oh, badass Blaire.
It's my other girl, Blaire.
Fake Blaire. When
Yeah.
she's out for
When
brunch,
she's out at
Blaire.
night.
Yeah.
She late night. She's
Yeah.
Blaire.
Every other time she's just like Erica from Ohio.
Couple
But yeah.
cheap wines in, you're Blair already.
Yeah.
Walmart wines in. And so then the pandemic hit. I lost my job because I was working at the restaurant out in California. So I just went on Instagram and we had a barbecue pit at the house the rental we had. So I was like, well, I haven't ever like played with that. I was like, I'm gonna play with that. And I started playing with that, putting it on
Oh my
Instagram. And then I found like the barbecue community on Instagram, and like we would have
Blair is back.
yeah, and we would have like Zoom meetings. So I was like, oh crap, like I have a whole crew of people to hang out with. So we're like Zooming all through the pandemic and stuff, barbecuing together. Then the next thing I know, like Food Network calls and they're like, hey, do you want to come down and film like this little barbecue show? And I'm like, at that point, like I had been stuck with a newborn.
Yeah.
Like I
Like,
would have
yes.
I would have taken Ice Road Truckers. Like had they called and been like, do you want an Ice Road truck? Do you want to crab fish in Alaska? Like anything
sure.
to get me out of this house and away from this kid.
Right.
And like put me in my own bed. Like, because we were sharing a bed at the time.
Oh,
It was so awful. I woke up every day in PE. Like it was just awful. And so I said yes to that, just thinking like I'll get kicked off immediately. But at least I'll get a week in the hotel room because they had to quarantine us for a week. Like I didn't even care if I was going to get on the show. And so then all of a sudden, I just want a hotel bed. And then all of a sudden,
my
like I get on the show, and of course I'm competitive. So I start just like really trying to give it my all. Like I'm like, oh my God, I could win this thing. Like I'm not getting kicked off. They like my New Orleans food. And the next thing you know, like I won. And it just changed the trajectory of my life. And I just have been barbecue forward ever since. And I have never looked back.
That's a
But
great
yeah,
story.
series of mistakes.
It's weird how
Same.
food makes things happen.
Yeah.
So
Well, after
Yeah.
Food Network, then you've competed in the competition
Everywhere.
circuit. What are the other things you've competed?
Memphis in
won?
May. Memphis in May tied first place in the world for brisket, fourth place in ribs. Went to South by Southwest, became the chosen one, grand champion. I mean, I've just competed. Good Morning America. They put me up against
these are
3
huge
Michelin
classes.
chefs.
These are huge.
Tough
Huge.
call. So you're coming from
Yeah.
being a lawyer,
Literally.
Blair,
No training.
to making this.
No training.
Within
And a
Yeah.
song.
a year or two.
Yeah, it really was like,
Wow.
woo, yeah.
So you just had the knack
Yeah.
for it. You had the taste, the flavor, the
I
palate.
think because I eat so much, like I just know it tastes good, but I don't have the skill necessarily to make it look nice. But
Yeah.
like Grandma's Kitchen, like I will feed you, baby, and it will taste good.
That's right.
And I think being on the competition circuit helped me in all
Learn.
these TV shows because all the judges here, they get palate fatigue because they eat so much barbecue. So I always remembered to put acid in everything, like always have an acid component so that they remember your dish. And that's
Yeah.
the only thing
So
I've
you're-
done.
When we're
Yeah.
emceeing or when we're narrating together, you're asking me questions. It's really for you.
It really is. It really is. I was like, I have a chef for like 5 days that I can ask
I can
questions
ask
to.
questions.
Child,
Go for it.
I already got like my new pantry staples from him. Like I know things to do now. I learned how to fondant a potato.
Perfect.
I'm ready.
I got you.
She's
I'm
going
ready.
next
Got
level.
you.
I'm ready for Top
I
Chef
don't know
now.
what the next. I was gonna say Is that the next level?
I'm ready for Top Chef.
Top Chef.
No home training, just feral. Just like go out
I'll be
there.
like the Ratatouille in your hat. Do it now.
Put you in my cleavage.
Oh my
Be like,
gosh.
just talk. What do you see? They'll be like, what is going on over with that contestant? What
They
does
need
she
help.
do?
It's all right. She's happy about it.
She's okay.
good.
She's talking to her chest. I don't know what's happening.
She's just all up in it.
The food is good.
The food tastes good. That's all that matters. It is.
Thank you.
Awesome.
We're gonna have a great week
I know.
together.
You guys.
We're honored for that. So we're looking forward to it, and then keep on doing what you're doing.
I know. Where
Love
can
it.
everybody find you online?
Blue Smoke Blaire on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
That's where she's at
I'm
all the
too
time.
lazy to do YouTube or
You want to see
Facebook.
some crazy stories about cleaning her gelding sheaths and all sorts of things? Only horse people are going to get that.
You were the first
so don't
person
be
to like it.
offended when you see it. You'll know what it is when you see it.
We
But it
always
has
like to
nothing
give
do
a
with
hand.
cooking, and it has a lot to do with other things that you don't want me to say on. I mean, I could say it on this podcast, but now you're gonna be googling that.
Sheath
So
cleaning. Google sheath cleaning.
Google sheath cleaning.
It's
for
just
horses.
us horse girls giving a hand.
It's giving a good hand.
Is that what they've been calling it this whole time? Huh.
Oh my gosh. But yes, but you're amazing.
I
We are
love you
so
so
glad we
much.
saw you last
Love
year
you.
and that
I
we
love
get to
you.
actually work with you this year.
Well, we
She'll
vibed
be-
last year.
She'll be
Yeah.
emceeing around the world, so follow her. Thank you for taking
Thank you
time
for coming in.
out of our schedule.
We love you.